Thoughts on JJ Redick so far? So are the Lakers 9-4 because of JJ Redick? Is it just as simple as that? Hey, you know what? The Lakers are they're this much better because JJ Redick is their head coach. I don't. By the way, I don't know yet, and I don't think it's fair to have that answer just yet. Just because you're only 13 games into the season, and he's only 13 games into his coaching career. So I don't know if the Lakers are who they are because of JJ Redick. I would tell you that it's just way too small of a sample size. But let me give my thoughts on JJ Redick so far this season. I don't know what it is about his style, his presence, his confidence, his philosophy. I don't know what it is, but I like it. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that it feels like he's not married to any one of these players outside of LeBron and Anthony Davis, but you would be an idiot to not, use LeBron and Anthony Davis the way he's using them. But when I say he's not married to any of these players, let me give you an example. I feel like with JJ Redick, the number one priority right now, every single night is I'm just trying to win the freaking game. I don't care how it happens. I don't care if I hurt some feelings along the way. I don't care if there's some players out there that are upset about their playing time. I don't care if somebody's bitching and complaining. My goal is to win. And if I'm going to put this Lakers team in a position where they could start out the season 9-4, or maybe through 20 games, they are 13-7, or maybe by the time we get 60 games in, you're looking at the standings and you're saying, okay, hey, I like the spot that the Lakers are in. They're fourth or fifth or somewhere around there, and they don't have to worry about that play-in tournament. Philosophically, so far with JJ Redick, I'm a fan that it feels like basketball before feelings. Now, listen, it's going to be up to him to juggle that the right way. Who knows the conversations he's having with some of these players behind the scenes? I'm sure there is a diplomatic way of doing it, but you could tell he values, I'm trying to win, more important than what you think, or if you're worried about how much playing time that you're getting. I'll give a couple examples here. Let's use Max Christie. A lot of hype behind Max Christie coming into this year. Not hype like, I'm not trying to sit here and tell you that Max Christie was going to play 35 minutes a game, but a lot of people felt like, I think Max Christie is going to take a leap, and Darvin Ham was the one that was holding him back because he wasn't giving him enough playing time. Well, JJ tried Max Christie, and then JJ decided, yeah, that ain't working. Even though I have no bench, even though I'm completely depleted, even though I don't have Vando and Cam Reddish was in and out of the lineup, even though Christian Wood's not there, you know what? I'm just not going to play Max Christie if the guy is not doing what I need him to do. And then what did he say? He had a quote, I think it was after the San Antonio Spurs game. He's like, it's a lot easier for me to play this guy that many minutes when he plays like that. Just I know it sounds simple, and I know that's nothing crazy, but a lot of times coaches might get caught up in, it's going to turn around. It's going to turn around. Maybe what's best for Max Christie is I'm going to sit his ass on the bench for 3-4 games in a row. And then when the time comes for me to give him another opportunity, let me see if he delivers. Let me use D'Lo as an example. D'Angelo Russell has not got off to a good start. It's not a great start for D'Lo so far this year. I think we all know that. I think we all understand that. But with all that being said, I think one of the things that he established early on with D'Angelo Russell, this is a production league. If you're producing, I'm going to give you the time. If you're not producing, I got to shake things up. Now, I think with D'Lo was a little bit more unique. I thought D'Lo was a little bit more unique because I didn't think it was just about is D'Angelo Russell good enough to be a starter? I thought it was a little more strategic with D'Lo, where the idea and the concept was, first off, you and Austin Reeves in the backcourt together, we're getting demolished on the defensive side, so that's not a good strategy. And I don't have anybody coming off the bench that I could rely on. So I think, in some ways, he was complimenting D'Angelo Russell's game by saying, come off the bench. We need you more off the bench. And then you could be more yourself. You can go out there and you could facilitate. You could be the player that's got the ball, because we know that if you're in there with LeBron predominantly is going to have the ball and is basically playing point guard or point forward. So we need you to come off the bench. I thought he was accomplishing 2 goals when he told D'Angelo to come off the bench. Number one, your play is not justifying you 35 minutes a game. And number 2, We need help off the bench. And maybe this is going to help our starting lineup. He's done some other small little things that I think are important so far this year. Dalton Connect, from the start of preseason, he basically told him, I'm going to play you as many minutes as I can because we don't have anyone on our team that has the skill set that you have. I know that you're 23 years old. I know that you haven't played yet in the NBA. I know that it's going to be a tough adjustment for you to come in. But I'm going to give you as many minutes as possible. I'm going to give you as much confidence as possible. And I'm basically going to ask you, when you get opportunities, go ahead and take advantage of it because I need you to do so. Kind of instilled some confidence in a player like that. He took Cam Reddish and put him in the starting lineup, said, let me just try this out. So he's running everything through Anthony Davis. There is no question whose team this is today. It's not LeBron James. As great as LeBron has been, the triple-doubles that he's been putting up, as impressive as LBJ has been at age 39, this team runs through Anthony Davis. And there's a reason why the Lakers have a chance, or Anthony Davis has a chance to be in the MVP conversation this year, is because the keys that we've been talking about being handed over to Anthony Davis, whether Anthony Davis wanted to grab them or not, JJ Redick just took the keys and he threw them to him. You ever have somebody, you're going on a road trip with a couple of buddies or something like that. Hey, who's driving? I ain't driving. You throw the keys to somebody else. It's like, yeah, this is yours. I'm sitting in the passenger seat. JJ Redick, LeBron James, these guys are in the passenger seat. AD, you're driving the show. So listen, I look at JJ Redick. I'm not telling you he's perfect. I'm not telling you that this is going to last all season long and that he's the next Pat Riley, because that would be idiotic to compare him to any of the great coaches because the guy just started. But what I can tell you is this. I like how he doesn't give a flying you-know-what about the players and the media and everybody else. And I'm not saying, I don't even mean that disrespectfully. I feel like he has this mentality. Whatever the hell it takes to win, that's my goal. Everything else comes secondary. He's not going to be disrespectful to the players. He's not going to be disrespectful to the media, but he's going to do it his way. And I've said this a couple times, and I'll say it again because I do think it's important to stress. He has the autonomy to do anything he wants because JJ Redick is going to be here longer than basically every player on that Lakers roster other than Anthony Davis. I don't know how much longer LeBron's going to be in the league. I feel like AD is probably going to be a Laker for the rest of his career. Everybody else on this roster, maybe you could make the case for Austin Reeves. He's got the autonomy to do whatever he wants. And at least for me, I like his competitiveness. I like how he's instilling confidence in a lot of these guys. And I even like that he can't hide his emotions, that there are times where it's like he's losing it on the bench. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have an issue with that. So that's my take on JJ. I think so far you really could not have asked for a better start for JJ Redick. He's been phenomenal. He's making it happen, and give this man credit too, because I'm sure for him, it's got to be intimidating. The first time you're ever coaching in the NBA and you didn't get the keys to the Pistons or the Hornets or the Sacramento Kings, you got the keys to the Los Angeles Lakers. There's only a few brands out there that are worldwide. Lakers are one of them, and JJ Redick is their head coach and has got off to a good start.